CO kicks this off. But 1823 manages to rescue that, and out to, this is the guy that everybody's been talking about. This is Perry Baker. And Perry Baker is a tall, gangly guy. He looks so young. He's actually, I remember seeing Baker play for Daytona Beach back in 2006 when they had the Nationals up in Ferndale, Washington. So maybe Washington agrees with him. He was just sort of a man-child at the time, and he has so much pace. And people will remember him from the Elite City Sevens. He played well there for the Ohio team, and he's got the ball, a little bit of space, and he's gone. Try for 1823, 7-0.
Nice run off the kickoff there. Belmont Shore is led by head coach Peter Sio. I think you've already mentioned. They also have a Sevens Eagle, Mike Teo. He plays multiple roles on the field, so big leader out there for them, looking to turn it on now that they have the ball in hand.
Get it out to Iosia, Pacifica Iosia. Looks like that's Ed Pitts trying to dig the ball out. They get the penalty. They're going to move it quickly.
Oh, nice.
Breaking right through. Really not touched at all. Jack Tracy, former USA under-20 player, and he's a big, strong lad, and exposed 1823 on the defensive end there, and the Ohio team not happy with their defense there, Phaedra.
Well, they really, were very passive in doing the arm tackles. Once he broke through, that's not going to be effective with a player that can really have, can move and can use the stiff arm effectively and move their feet, and that was obviously demonstrated. But great try, nonetheless.
Well, the thing about sevens, we talk about it being a game of pace, and the kick is good, excellent kick, and it's over to equalize at 7-7. It's a game of pace, but that doesn't mean you necessarily have to be super fast. If you get a leading pass, if you have a little bit of room and the pass is really good so you can accelerate on, we saw that in the previous game. All kinds of good things can happen.
Absolutely. It's about being at the right place at the right time.
Good take from 1823, right up into the air. That was Markovic.
They're looking to get it out to their speedster again.
You get it to Baker. Baker cuts back. Talk about some iffy tackling. And he just inside and then outside. And then inside, outside again to get it right under the post. Twinkling feet from Perry Baker.
That was a knock on.
Oh, my goodness. And by doing that, he was just a little bit careless with the ball. Had it in one hand, didn't he?
One hand.
And didn't quite touch it down.
Always carry that ball in two hands. It's not worth the risk.
Yeah, I got to make sure of that touchdown, and if he had just sort of cradled that to his chest and fallen down, maybe he would get the try, but instead it's a scrum down to Belmont Shore. Hughes puts it in. Loose ball, CO, he's going to kick it downfield. Heady play from CO because nobody's really back there. But Baker's in support. Can they get it to him? Ooh. Big hit from Pitts.
He's a little late there on the support. That number 2's got to be there immediately, Baker. And he ends up leaving his ball carrier high and dry a little too long.
Good ball movement from Belmont Shore. Get it out to Alex Schwartz. He dances around, and there's a try there, and that was all from being able to secure that ball in that scrum and kick it downfield. And we talk about the artificial surface there, Phaedra, but kicking perhaps a little bit easier on a truer bounce. You could kick it, you could rubber it along the ground, and it's going to roll a long way.
Yes, yeah, and that's just timing. It's much easier, like you say, to time your pickup on the bouncing ball on this surface. That's definitely an advantage we've seen all day.
12-7 for Belmont Shore. Muse's kick a little bit away, so it'll stay 12-7.
Remains 18-23-7.
Belmont Shore, Belmont Shore won 3 of the 4 qualifiers here in Southern California. And you know, they're looking pretty polished right now, but the big question, Phaedra, is those attack runners for 1823. We saw Perry Baker able to torch them for 1 try and 1 almost try. A little bit of a problem for...
well, when you get the ball in the hands of number 5, it gets dangerous. And so Belmont Shore will probably adjust their defense accordingly to really shut down that option. They may cut off, you know, a bit of the lifeline for 1823.
Well, we've got a scrum down here for
Belmont Shore.
And again, what we've got is a chance, an attacking platform for Belmont Shore, and it looks like that the 1823 pack is trying to sort of disrupt it a little bit.
And that ball came right out the tunnel. Re-scrum to Belmont Shore.
Time ticking away now. We got about 20 seconds left in the first half. Belmont Shore leading 12-7 in this pool game against 1823 out of Columbus, Ohio, here at the 2014 Emirates Airlines USA Rugby Club Sevens National Championships. And that's a turnover on the scrum, which is exactly what they were trying to get.
A very smart play there by 1823, considering this Belmont Shore team is so much bigger and more physical compared to their team last year. Just goes to show you that getting low and being persistent in these scrums can sometimes make all the difference in the world.
Big scrum from 1823. Harry Higgins from Arkansas State there. Dominic Maurer, previously from Bowling Green, in there. They get a good platform. They get the ball out to Perry Baker, but fool me 3 times. Shame on me for Belmont Shore, because they made sure that Baker was nicely bottled up. Ball rolling back. Now plan B for 1823. So named, of course, because that's the year rugby was invented. The ball lost forward, though. And really a soft try there. Pacifica Iosia picking up the dropped ball and into his hands and in for a try. And Phaedra Knight, when you're ending a sevens game, you know, you're ending the half, you don't want to give up that kind of soft try. You know, you're trying to work something, you're going, okay, we want to score at the end of the half. We want to make a statement. But more than that, perhaps, you don't want to drop the ball in your own 22 and give up a try.
Right. Worst case scenario, just get the ball out of bounds if you're going to play around with it. But you want to go into the half with, you know, in a positive fashion. But Belmont Shore obviously did that, taking advantage of that loose ball. Yeah, so they're going to have 1823 is going to have their hands full coming back in the second half, especially now that the Belmont Shore defense has picked off Mr. Baker.
That's right. Well, all kinds of issues with Perry Baker being very dangerous. His big, long legs, and he's got a great sidestep, and he scored right off the bat. And then again went the length of the field and dropped it in goal, which is kind of a big problem there for 1823, because not only did he drop it in goal, cost them a try there, Belmont Shore scored right after that, kicking it downfield and getting a try. Right. So almost a 14-point turnaround on that, 12-point turnaround.
What needs to happen in the second half is that some of the other players on 1823 need to come alive and they need to utilize their depth again. You can't go rely on just one person in sevens in particular. So we'll see what they have to offer.
Well, it'll be interesting to see with the 1823 what they do have are some big, strong forwards. So if they decide that they're going to take it directly ahead, I think you kind of like that way. Let's go straight, let's go north-south. Perhaps they could challenge Belmont Shore in a different way.
Absolutely. Well, again, Belmont Shore is a big physical team, so they're going to have to be swift about what they do, smart about it, and really play ball in hand.
One of the players we haven't really seen much of in this game, Belmont Shore is leading 19-7, but we haven't seen Mike Teo. Mike Teo is really just sort of a man of all seasons, man of all trades, really, because he can play scrum half, He can play hooker. He can play on the wing. He doesn't look fast, but he actually is pretty quick. He can play sweeper. Haven't really seen them. Probably they haven't really needed him there. Well, we have seen a lot of action from Ed Pitts in the breakdowns. And they're well taken by 1823 as we kick off for the second half. Good job in securing the ball. And that's Cochran. Now the ball out from Howden. Taylor Howden played most of his rugby in Denver. He's spending his summer in Columbus, Ohio, as you do.
Great defensive pick there by Belmont Shore. I didn't get a number, but they turned that ball over very well.
There's Pitts back out.
Oh, nice cut in there, number 21.
And that's a cutback by
Zachary Shapiro.
Shapiro going, he's still going, he's sort of going all the way the angle into the corner. And we're going to have a little chat about that one because the flag went down, the corner flag went down. That doesn't necessarily mean it's not a try. But Pacifico Iosia, who's been all over the place today, a little bit tired. Yes, he gets the try. Gets a little bit of a congratulations from Alex Schwartz. Well done. But that was all from a big, long, winding run from Zachary Shapiro. He was on the right wing when he got the ball, and when he passed it, he was on the left wing. 24-7, Belmont Shore leading. And Phaedra Knight, who's here with me, I'm Alex Goff. It's Phaedra Knight, longtime USA star in 7s and 15s. It doesn't seem like it's really that much of a distance between these two teams. 1823 seem to be right there. It's just the points tell a different story.
Right, a couple of mistakes in the first half, you know, particularly the one in the try zone by Perry Baker, just put them at a disadvantage, but they're not done. You know, they still have an opportunity to come back in this game with 4 minutes and 50 seconds roughly. You know, they can close this gap. They have about a 19-point deficiency, and they're about to receive the kickoff, so let's just see how they take it.
The kick is good, making it 26-7, and had to wait a little bit for the ball to be put in the middle of the field. That's kind of the ball carrier's job, and we didn't see that happen. 1823 be unhappy with that because they had to wait about 15 seconds for the ball to be kicked off. Well taken by Duchel, I think, was that, and there's Pitts out to
And the player not going away there on
Asu was the runner, and there's Peter Seo, the coach.
Great pace there by Belmont Shore.
And that is Tracy once again. Twice now we've seen Tracy just get a very nice leading pass. He puts his head down, pins his ears back, ties his hair up, and he's gone into the corner. And that's all set up by Peter Seo knowing what to do.
Absolutely. Just beautiful. Again, beautiful paced run. When you're down in your green zone, you really have to work hard.
And so well ahead now, Belmont Shore, 31-7. The kick to come from the sideline. And 1823, hands on hips, and a little bit frustrated because they started out, it looked like they were right there and they just didn't get it going. Every little mistake, every turnover, every penalty, Belmont Shore turns it around and scores points. And this is what they do. And they've won national championships. They've won national championship when they lost half of their best players. They turned around and came back and won the championship anyway. They really can. They have so much depth and they have so much understanding of what they're supposed to be doing. Iosia, former USA under-20 player, has been really strong today and running in support of their big runners, Schwartz, Shapiro, Tracy, and they're up 31-7.
Well, you said it. You know, the name of the game is teamwork, and this, you know, the team, Belmont Shore has exhibited incredible teamwork and depth, you know, the entire game. You had a free kick for the ball not coming in straight on that line out against Belmont Shore. 1823 has an opportunity to maybe make some magic here.
Well, they're holding onto the ball. That's the start. Rucked over by Maurer. His brother's playing for Seattle.
Great little step there by number 4.
And that's Ryan Cochran. See them make a couple of moves. They just haven't had the ball. Now they've got to secure it. And you see not only the tackles coming in from Belmont Shore, they hit really hard.
And 1823 with the advantage, have essentially a free play here.
Not a lot of time, though, as Markovic gets it out.
Great patience here on both sides.
It's Markovic again, and the ball spilled forward. Just a bit too much for Kua. And that'll be a scrum, and I think Belmont Shore is going to take as much time as possible to pack this one down. A little bit more in the minute to go, 31-7, Belmont Shore. And again, 1823 doesn't seem like a team that should get blown out. They have a lot of good players, but it's just not quite clicking. A couple of penalties, a couple of drops, a couple of missed offloads. That's all it takes.
Well, they have a long day ahead of them, not in a bad respect. They have opportunity to clean things up, so things could change in the afternoon.
There's Justin Boyd, former USA player. Out on the field, a little bit of a run from Boyd. And they're still moving the ball. There's CO again. Duschel crunches over one tackler, and a penalty for not releasing the tackle player. Very quick on the ball. That's Parinelli. But a little bit of advice there. Said, why don't we just kick to touch and take our time?
Right.
The game is pretty much done.
Conservation of energy.
Just a few seconds to go.
There's 3 more games on the day. Good time to slow it down.
And 1823, they'll go back. I'm sure they'll be talking about ball security a little bit, and they do have still a couple of games. They win those 2 games. They're into the quarterfinals, not a problem. But they might have learned quite a bit from this one. Belmont Shore looks very polished, and certainly a lot of experienced players who know each other pretty well.
Nice little take there by PJ.
Ball out to CO once more. He has Tracy.
Oh, nice no-look pass, but it was forward, unfortunately, and that may do it.
And that will do it. 31-7, Belmont Shore beats 1823. We are going to take a quick break. We will be right back here on USA Rugby TV at the 2014 Emirates Airlines USA Rugby Club Sevens National Championships. The next game up here on USA Rugby TV will be a women's game, Nova versus the New York Rugby Club. I'm Alex Goff for Phaedra Knight. We'll be right back.